kill all these other lights. You want to put your camera on? Let there be light, and it shall be light. Oh, I put that brick in the other room. I don't think you need that. Oh. For the that plug for the one of these right here. It's that one.
Good morning, everybody. Peace and love. Well, I'm over here looking like ancient mama.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You're on Beacon Radio, the Stir It Up Morning Show with Dr. Feelgood and
Your girl now should be.
today with another good topic. Hoping that you guys have something in mind. Hoping that you guys want to tune in and take a listen. This morning we want to talk about, do you discipline your child? And I know that's a touchy topic for a lot of people because so many of us lack the discipline when it comes down to our children. We spoil them and we shelter them and we send them out there to the world to do whatever they want. When they come back and they don't act right with us, we have a problem with that.
Isn't that the truth? But I believe in it firmly. I come from an old school background, so, switches and shoes and flip flops wasn't a problem. But I do know people out there who do not believe in, you know, not even a spanking. And that's a little crazy.
So you guys can talk to us and we promise to talk back. As always, we're going to enjoy your company. You got 2 hours of some magnificent power.
Two. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in this morning. So we are talking about disciplining your child. Do you guys discipline your babies?
Do you believe in disciplining your child? Or is that a pastime? Is that old school? Some people feel like you can just talk to them and that's good enough. What do you feel?
Yes. That's what we want to know. So if you have any thoughts or comments, you can drop them down in the comment box, or you can go ahead and give us a call at 424-312-3313. I got it right.
Man, we moving forward with this stuff. We before you know it, we're gonna be professionals. Not professionals, but professionals at this. So tune in while I get us some better lighting because I'm looking at our lighting and our lighting is not so great. And
We'll be waiting for that phone call.
And we'll definitely be waiting for that phone call. But in the meantime, in between time, as always, we like to play some of these up and coming young artists, and they come in, and the ones of you that have sent us your music, we really, really appreciate it. And it is a blessing to have young people out there in the community that is doing something positive, because they could be doing a whole lot of other things. So when you see someone on the corner selling a CD, this is just a short commercial. Please take the time to stop and buy that CD, because these young people is out there
Hustling.
and they trying to make it work.
They are hustling. I actually had a guy come to me. He was like, "Hey, you want to buy my CD?" I said, "I just play it on the radio station instead." He was like, "Oh, cool." So yes, look out for each other. I don't care what they selling. Go support. Gonna go. Y'all buy off the corner anyway. Y'all gonna buy that corn. Y'all gonna buy that fresh fruit. Go ahead and go cop somebody's CD or just support. Support is where the home at.
It is definitely where the home is, because a lot of times, well, let me back up. I want to give you guys a verse, and I can't quote it just 100%, so don't judge me. But it says there's no such thing as discipline without love. If you love your child, you would discipline your child. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you got to go across their backside. That doesn't mean you got to break their neck. For you mothers, I'm going to get into this later on in the show. For you mothers, please don't be slapping on little boys. Please don't. And I'll tell you why. But with that being said, we're going to take a short commercial break. And I want to hit you guys with something. And for me, I just kind of love some of these up and coming artists and their music. And this is "Do for Love" by Bree-ish. Let's try this out. You've heard this before, but we're gonna play their stuff continuously. Because we look real dark.
No, we don't. We always try. Talk fast to me, I'm on the radio. Is this one of the 3 parts places you want to go? I said, is this one of the 3 places you said you wanted to go? Yeah, so you said there are 3 places. So now you see you can go hang out with somebody where you need to go hang out with today. What? All right, go ahead. Right. Yeah.
Good morning again, everybody.
shades on, shades.
Still that girl.
Shade, easy.
Too much. Too much.
That there is Do for Love by Briish.
You guys can follow her on Instagram, BRI, period. I'm sorry, I said her name all wrong. BRE, period, ISH on Instagram.
So, the topic for the day is, do you discipline your child? Tap in, tune in. You can always give us a call at area code 424-312-3313. See, we starting to get this stuff down packed. Before you know it,
Yes.
we will be them professionals.
Right. So yeah, I want to hear y'all opinions on this topic. It'll be great to hear from you guys this great Thursday morning.
So I will say this in regards to disciplining our children. I believe in discipline. I believe the system has taken all the rights away from the parents, and given them to the child. There's some places where, like for example, I worked in several different juvenile camps, and these kids can hit the staff, they can spit on the staff, they can assault the staff. The staff cannot restrain them. The staff just gotta let them wild out until they get tired. The staff can't put their hands on them. A lot of staffs lost their jobs. Now, I will say this, and I'm very open about my past. I was one of those kids that were in juvenile hall and juvenile camps. And for me, the strength that the male staff had, that's why I was able to identify what a man is, the way they conduct themselves. And so for me, I was able to take that discipline. When we get into a fight, I don't think I can say their names, but them staff would come out there and they will whoop butt. You fight, me fight, they will whoop both our butts, And today I do appreciate that. So, but the system is more concerned about our children finances that comes towards them. The system gets $233,000 per year for one kid that's locked up. With that amount of money, you can send 5 kids to college and get an
That part.
So I believe in discipline. I'm very, it may be a little too much. Nonetheless, it's to save your life. I'd rather be a disciplinarian than be one of the most soft parents that's trying to be your friends, and then you grow up, you don't respect me, you talk
Child
back to
beating
me.
you up and stuff.
Exactly.
No,
So
we ain't going through that.
no, I ain't having it. I ain't even having you getting smart. Watch yourself.
That part. Who you
You
talking
know,
to like that?
mom's boy.
Pop you in your mouth quick. Yeah.
I grew up in an era where mother told you she brought you in this world and she'd take you out.
Hmm.
And they meant every bit of it.
I
So,
tell my kids that all the
yeah.
time.
Yeah, I personally have a very, very healthy, fearful respect of my mom. And she's in her 70s somewhere, and I still respect her to the fullest.
Pick up that shoe quick. Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. My phone up here going crazy this morning.
Yeah, she got to talk about discipline. She's one of those dominatrix.
Yes, I am.
That's the men calling in saying, we need that.
I'll whoop you already. Give me that good leather belt with the holes in it. The only thing I probably never got whooped with is a paddle with them big old giant holes. But my mama, she used to work, well, she still do. She worked for the school board. And she used to drive the school buses, so they had them thick leather belts. Whew, I used to run from that thing. Mm-mm. You're not about to go get me. Run to the room real quick, lock the door. Whoosh. Nah, you ain't getting me. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, that you know what? Yeah, we thought we was slick. We would as kids, we would go and put on some jeans, then put on another pair of pants over those jeans.
No.
You
My
know.
mama was pulling pants down.
Oh no, my mom, she went from the backside, from the butt side to the backside. And when you got the squirming, she didn't care where she hit you at. And it was like, I wish you would call the police. You know, you knew you're not calling no
I'ma really
police. You
whoop you
know,
until they get here. Yeah.
and seeing these people today, they so busy to these kids when they go to school. And we just experienced this the other day, a couple of weeks ago. A kid go to school and say, "Oh, they gonna beat me. They gonna beat me," and the school don't look at how bad this kid is in school.
Right.
You know how they just terrorize the school. Oh, your parents beat you? Call the police. You don't call the police when they just stole half the school supplies.
Right.
You know,
That's why you
and
been calling me, right? You wanted me to whoop him, or you just wanted me to not say nothing, just continue to let him take it? What? Huh?
yeah, see, and that's the issue with our people. See, our peoples. When I say our peoples, you know, I generally identify with all races, but people of color. You know, we so strong on. I'm not gonna raise my kid the way my mom raised me. I'm not gonna do my kid like my mom did me. Well, guess what?
You were a great person, how your mama raised you, but now you just about to take all them morals that your parent installed in you, right about the kid.
Right about the kid and everything you did to your mothers or your father or your parents
You gonna
growing
get
up
10
is
times
coming back
worse.
10 times worse on your kids. So I don't care how good you treat that kid, it's coming back. Yeah, that part.
But sadly, too, crazy temper is don't always work for all kids. They don't care. On them, come on, let's just get this whooping, get it over with, and go do the same stuff over again.
Same stuff over and over again. So now, this may not be a topic that most of you want to talk about. And if you don't have any children, doesn't mean your opinion is not valuable because
You whooped your niece or nephew before.
not only that, when I did not have children, I was working with kids. And I once had a friend of mine tell me she whooped her son because he hit a girl. And now when you hear it just like that, you feel like, oh, wow, she's supposed to. Well, the girl stabbed him with a lead pencil. What was he supposed to do?
Right.
I mean, let's just be realistic here. He was supposed to take that stab and walk away because it was a girl. Well, what if she'd have kept on stabbing, you know? And like I explained to the mother, you don't know how you're going to turn out 5 years from today. That lead pencil may major damage, you know?
Right.
And so the mother told me, well, you can't tell me how to raise my child until you have some children of your own. And so for me, it was just really one of those moments where I felt like, okay, cool, this is totally freaking awesome, you know. And for a split minute, I felt like maybe she was right, just for a split minute. And I got over that immediately because by that time I've worked with so many kids and been involved. You don't have to be a biological parent to know how to parent. You know, it's the unconditional love that the kids need. They need to know that you're there. And so even here, when we do our summer programs, a lot of the kids, the respect levels through the roof for me and my staff because it's Mr. and it's Miss. That's how you address it, nothing less. When we go on field trips, it's yes, sir, yes, ma'am. You know, and if not, sir and ma'am, is yes. And when you take your kids into a community where everybody's supposed to be, you know, well off, and they tell you, you know, you guys have the best kids we've ever worked with. I love that. Me personally, I love that. So let's talk about it. You know, tune in, share it, share it, share it. Those two people that's watching, share it. Maybe somebody on your page need to hear this. You know, not all our topics gonna be family based, but I think the majority of them will be because no matter what's going on, it starts right there in the family.
In the home. So call in or leave a comment. Telephone number is 424-312-3313. So we'll be waiting for you guys to chime on in.
And at this point in time, it's early in the morning, early in the morning.
Hope y'all got your coffee or your tea or your greenery or wwhatever you like to do up in this AM. Got the eye boogers out your eye, maybe brushed your teeth or something too.
So as we was here last night, we did a little photo shoot, and my boys fell in love. So I don't know if they tuning in or not, but I'm gonna play this one for my boy Doobie and Kaz, you know. And this here is by, as usual, the lovely, 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 lovely Nasha B, and it's called Shit.
So bitch keep
One
playing my
minute to make
shit.
the call. That's how it's supposed to look.
Gotta talk to you like a toddler.
Like you're gonna cast a spell on somebody. I'm casting a spell on you.
Yeah.
Girl, going wild. You reported to the new class. Full of shots, bitch. How you feel now? I want nothing from you. Back the fuck before I pimp slap you. People like you drop the dime, no one got time for you. You just a clown with a fool, butter nose, crack jaw, runny nose, no more, check the skull. I'm up ho, sitting on my throne, pretty hoe, mixing my crown on your silly love. How you feeling now? I'm about to act the fool. Oh, what you didn't think I was about to act the fool though? You smell shit, 'cause I
We have a
am the
caller.
shit. So keep playing my
We got a
shit.
caller.
You smell shit, 'cause I am the shit. So bitch, keep playing my shit. You smell shit, 'cause I am the shit.
Y'all know the answer to this shit. I'm like, okay, let me get over
I
here.
am the shit. So bitch, keep playing my shit.
Well, I know how to answer the phone. Like,
Talk to him.
I'm getting ready to slide it over. Call him back. Call him back. Which one is your caller button?
Oh, this is unmute button. That ain't a call. That's Birmingham, Alabama.
That is a call. That could have been,
That's a bill collector. I mean, not a bill collector. When the people is calling on my website.
are
Why?
you sure?
I don't know. Hello, how you doing? Oh, we are wonderful, wonderful. Talk to us. State your name and what city you calling from.
My name is Lady Justice. I'm calling from Birmingham, Alabama.
And I hear I am. You was a. We ain't answering that. That's a bill collector. They want me to pay something.
I'm calling from my landline, and I'm watching you guys on my cell phone.
You still have a landline? Oh my God.
I do. I'm 37. I'm from the old school.
Right?
Oh, you just a young. See, I feel so good to be able to tell a 37-year-old you a young whippersnapper. You know, I never knew what that meant.
Okay.
How you doing, caller? Talk to us.
Well, I'm doing wonderful. I was going to touch bases on the topic this morning, and it was discipline your children.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I think that's a great topic. I want to touch on a lot of different issues with that because with them taking discipline out of the house, our children are in an uproar. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Very true.
Okay. Because right now I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. We are what is it? The state capital of the murder right now, and it's all children, anywhere from 15 on down. I was a victim of violence 3 years ago. My husband got killed, and he got killed from a 13-year-old child.
Wow.
Yes, sir. So it touched home when you guys were speaking because I see a lot of children with no guidance now. No guidance. That's what we're missing.
You know, here's the challenge for me. The challenge is I work with children. I've been working with children for 24, 25 years now. So that's why I was able to say young whippersnapper. But
Right.
and I meant no offense either.
Oh, then take it.
Great, thank you. Here's the challenge for us as adults. There are too many parents. Absolutely.
Because I was from an era, I am from Los Angeles, California. When I got in trouble, I was fearful of going home because I knew my auntie was going to get me, my uncle was going to get me, and, et cetera, et cetera. If you look at a child now, my thing is, I have a thing out here, it's called Each One Teach One, and I do work with the youth. If you see somebody doing wrong and you turn your head, you're just as wrong as them, as wrong as they are.
Absolutely.
We have that, because I go to the projects and I work with youth, because I feel like that's where we need the help at, right there in the poverty communities, because they don't have the black elites coming to educate them, and it's a lack of education. Do you guys agree too with that?
Yes.
Agreed.
And because it starts with the parents, okay? If we're not teaching our children nothing, then we can't expect the schools to teach our children nothing that we're supposed to be teaching them at home, correct?
Exactly.
Correct.
And that's that's where I think we're losing our children at. Because I seen a little guy the other day. I said, "Pull up your pants, sir." He looked at me. He was going to say something crazy to me, but he knows each one teach one. And he said, "Yes, ma'am," and he pulled up his pants because I give respect to the youth.
Right.
It's got to give respect in order to get respect too. I feel like that's where a lot of grown-ups lose the children at because they're being too hard on them. But you have to stop being so hard on them as much and say, like, I was a child before. I made mistakes too. But look at me and what I did wrong. And, you know, do you guys know what I'm trying to say? And I fixed my wrong. I'm wrong my rights. You see what I'm saying? By doing the each one teach one, because I was a youth out there with no guidance. I got cases after cases after cases, and I cleaned up my life by queens that I've seen. I have a mentor now. Her name is Mother Calhoun. I call her Mother Calhoun. She mentors me. I have somebody that is going to call me out on my bullcrap.
That's a good somebody right there.
Right. Somebody like
More of
that
that
in
in the
life.
black community.
That's very true.
You know, see, here's the structure, the infrastructure of when you say black community. So I'll identify with black community. The infrastructure is the same. It's the building that's changed. The foundation is still there. No one really wants to be held accountable. No one wants to be called to the carpet for their bull crap. And
Yes.
so what
yes.
happens is, instead of calling people to the carpet, because we're going to be afraid of what they're going to say about us, so we won't say anything.
Exactly.
But the truth is, because, and I'm saying my generation, and I'm in a generation, I was born in the 60s, so I'm in a generation of those people who fell off. See, our parents gave it to us, but we didn't give it to you all.
Right.
We were the
Yes.
generation that the crack hit. And so the generation coming right behind us is the crackheads. And so the generation that's coming right behind them is the crack babies.
Right.
So the dysfunction
Yes.
is already there. And so instead of us seeking counseling, seeking therapy, not everybody should have psychotropic medication, but some should, and it do work when you get the right medication. But
And
we
I
don't
absolutely
seek the
agree
help.
with you on that.
Instead, what we do is we cover it up. We allow them to put our kids in special ed. We allow them to say that our kids are going to drop out before they hit high school.
Right.
You just like your daddy. Your daddy wasn't nothing. You ain't going to be nothing. Kids don't even know their mother. They live with the grandparents, the real grandparents that's 60 and 70 years old, not 35. You see what I'm saying? So all that plays a part of damaging the foundation of family. And so until we tap into that, we're going to continuously have young children having no respect for adults. Young children just running wild, and the police and the government, Department of Justice saying, you can't hit your child. See, they got people believing that they can't discipline a child. You can. You just don't leave no marks.
Yes, with an open
Yes,
hand.
it's a way to discipline them.
Absolutely.
I absolutely agree. It's a way to discipline your children, because what they have done is they have made the children not afraid of us, and if they're not afraid of us, they go out here in the world and do whatever because they don't have the fear of their parents. Correct?
Correct.
So that's where I was kind of struggling at too with my daughters, because I have my daughter, my 12-year-old daughter, told me one day she was going to call the police on me.
Oh, wow.
I said, you better find the phone before I can catch you. You feel me?
Absolutely.
And I
Absolutely.
meant that. And she looked at me. I said, come on. And I did. I disciplined her because I didn't even want you to think that you could even say that to me. You know?
Absolutely.
And that hurted my feelings more than anything, because for my child to think that I could not discipline her.
It's crazy. Yeah, these kids nowadays sitting there hanging out with the wrong crowd, thinking, "Oh, my friend doing this, so I can do it too." Nah, I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not their mama. I'm your mama.
Absolutely.
Don't try me. And I be these kids problem. They be want to try you. Well, they be getting. I don't care. I'm not their mama. What you telling me for?
And see, the
Well,
biggest...
thank you guys for letting me call in. I have to do some more poetry.
Oh, wow,
And God
okay.
bless and Black Power, okay?
Thank you for
Black
calling
power and
in.
black
Appreciate
love.
it so much.
Yes, awesome.
And
Talk to
taking
you
the
guys
time
soon.
out.
All right,
Thank
take
you.
care.
Have a good day.
Guys too.
Wow, that was I like her. because she came in, she laid it down, and she talked about the problem,
Right.
then she talked about solutions, and I think they just hanging up. And so what really made that phenomenal is she identified a problem, she identified a challenge, let's say it that way, and she also gave constructive solutions as well as criticism towards how to resolve it. And
Right.
that is what we're talking about. People come in and she didn't linger on the phone. She cut me off. She's like,
Right.
hey,
She's
look,
like,
I
well,
got to
we
go.
gotta go.
Dr. Field, I'm gonna holler at you on another date, another time, brother, but I got to go. I got to put this poetry down.
Right.
But I really appreciate, and that was a
Thank
call
you, thank
way
you.
from Alabama. I believe that's where she was from.
Yes, thank you,
And
Alabama.
yes, Lord, and that's what we're talking about. We don't come in here. We don't have all the answers. What we have is suggestions. What we try to inflict upon another person is a change of thought process.
Right.
I can't quote who originated this, but what it says is you change. I'm sorry, I can't say who originated, but I'm gonna quote him. If you change the way you see things, the things you see will change. And I am a firm believer in that. So if you always see something as negative, it's gonna always be negative. You know, um, if you think positive, like some people say, if you put into the atmosphere the energy,
Yeah, come back
whatever
to
they want to
you.
call it, it comes back to you. But I'm saying to you, when it comes down to our children, we talked about this the other day. You could be a kid and you could do something, somebody will walk up on you and you'll be doing something, they'll tell you you better cut it out and take your butt home. You be like, who are you? Like, ain't you Dorothy Ann's son? Don't you live over here on Carlin? Isn't Miss Williams your auntie? And you don't even know this person. But
Right.
they telling you your whole family. Get your butt home, boy. You be
Right.
like, oh, okay. Now, all day long, you concerned about, did they call? Am I gonna get in trouble when I get home? You try to make the best of your day, but you can't because you know you
You're
messed up.
sitting there worried now. Like, dang, man,
So
I'm gonna get in trouble.
you cannot. I'm just a firm believer in that, and I think that when it comes down to our children, which is our future, other cultures, they schools start at 6 a.m., ends at 6 p.m.
Hmm.
Here we are, start at 8 o'clock, end at 3.
Right. Have
Have too much freedom. Their children are born from the time they're born, 6 months after they're born. They decide which direction this child is going. Whether
they
this child,
cooking at 1 years
absolutely,
old, whipping it up.
and I don't mean that hard stuff either. Whipping up food.
Yeah, food wise,
You know,
food, y'all.
whip it good.
I had someone said discipline is needed just as well as respect. And that is very true. Thank you for that. Thank you, because it is, discipline and respect. It all is gonna come down. You're gonna respect me one way or the other.
Well, here's what I say to this: if discipline and respect, now I think the parents owe the children a certain amount of respect.
True, true.
I definitely agree if that's what you're saying. However, that respect, as long as it's not abuse. See, I have a belief. I don't have to respect anybody, but what I do have to not do is disrespect everybody.
Right.
And so, respect is earned.
Not
You want me
given.
to respect you? You get up and do your chores. Don't make me tell you 4 or 5 times. Speaking from my personal experience, my daughter got the nerve to get upset when I walk in at 9 p.m. from work and say, "You haven't cleaned up." Oh, I was just getting ready to do it. And I'd be
No,
like,
you
just
had
getting ready
all
to do it, my beep.
right.
You've been here all day. You didn't have no
You
work.
didn't.
You went at college today. Come on.
But then you always got your hand out.
Exactly.
Can I please? No,
And,
but
and,
you
and so I
couldn't.
just think that we need to really tap into real responsibility. And the brother shared something with us yesterday. And I am truly hoping I can find my tablet because I did write it down.
I gotta keep my notes
Um,
side.
and this is it right here. And I thought I wrote it down, but maybe I did not because it was a psychologist, and he talked about how or what we should do with our children. And I totally agree with every word he said, although I also agree that every child is different. And And
Mhm.
and that's it. That's we end this show today. So we're gonna take another small commercial break. And for those of you that call, I just want to say if you call while we're on the commercial break, we will talk to you offline until the commercial break is over, and then we will go live because we're new at this and we're kind of jumping, answering calls and doing all that good
I
stuff.
didn't know how to
So
I knew how to answer the phone, but I didn't know how to answer it like I needed to.
answer.
That's what happened.
See, that's why they say black women got attitude. Answer it. You know, I'm thinking
That's
she
why I
about
read that. I was
to
like,
pop on me or something, you know? And so, you know, we're gonna get into some tunes, and I would like to hit this song right here. This song here is by T Rose. It is called Concrete. So y'all check this out.
concrete. But I heard next time. I was like, I'm confused.
So for the phone, I'm gonna leave it up because ain't nobody gonna answer. All you gotta do is just answer and talk to your mic. So
Rose up from the concrete, diamond in the rough, wood weighing heavy on my back. I'm like a 18-wheeler truck, smashing in that last lane. Honey, like it's nothing if the world gon' weigh on me. It's only right that the ration just get too high.
oh my god, she gonna be amped.
Get to leaving an impression.
It wasn't that much coffee in there.
Changing your opinion about his and her. Get that talking my shit. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'm on me in black. Sticky matter of fact. I'm from South Central LA. That's next to Watson on your map. You can't be smart if you got ass. What the hell they figure that? You can't be rich and from the ghetto. Well, Jay-Z, she wrote on big true track. Spitting game, that's a fact. And I don't listen, please don't listen to these hating niggas dissing. Don't want you on top. You can't believe it now. But that don't make it less a fact. That's why she wrote about to spaz. Cause I'm the.
So if anybody would like to call in, the radio station number is 424-312-3313. So we would love to hear your opinions as well. You know, everybody needs somebody, even when you don't think they do. So I do appreciate everybody taking time out to tune in to the Beacon Radio Show with Dr. Phil, Good and myself, and I should be.
Made it out the concrete jungle, it was rough. My vision was getting blurry. These demons is fiending for me. Money, fame, and glory, so tempting when we are hungry. Got the Mayweather show the road them bitches. Mayweather show the road them bitches.
Hello, caller. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello, caller.
I was referred by overdose. I was listening in. Good topics. This D-Boy Fresh.
Hey, big boy fresh.
D-Boy.
I'm sorry, D-boy. Thank you for calling in. Top of the AM.
Yep. Tops to you.
So what are
good
your...
music playing?
Thank you much. We have a lot of independent artists that we are spinning right now, so we appreciate that very much.
Yeah, just listening to the topics about whooping the kids.
So how do you feel about that? What is your output, your outtake on that?
Two daughters, and they never had a whooping by me. So I probably just have it easy. But I mean, my mother only whooped me one time in my life, so yeah.
And how was that experience? Aren't they grand? I said, aren't they grand?
It's cool. I mean, I don't like seeing kids getting hit, but I guess, gotta do what you gotta do to keep them in line.
So allow me to ask you this question, brother. Did it take that one whooping for you to never do anything else to stay out of trouble, or did you continuously get in?
No, I was kind of scared of my mom's voice, you know. So she was a strong black lady, so when she raised that voice,
Right.
you feel me, and stumped them feet, you know. So, cause she passed, you know, I was still scared.
Right.
She got act up. So, and then I first got only whooping was because of my sister was doing something. So she just came in and started hitting everybody.
That's how it usually goes. Don't know who did it, so we're just gonna get everybody at this point now.
But yeah, as far as my daughter, you know, they scared of me if I raise my voice or whatever, you know. So
Well,
they cool.
that's what I
My
call.
daughter do sit around and not wash the dishes, you know, if I'm at work all day.
Right. So you're the parent that don't give the whoopings, it's the mother.
highest one up.
Mother don't either.
No.
You know, they just argue a lot. So I had to come in and, you know,
Okay.
so I'm gonna cut all that out. But I guess they lucky. They dodged a little whoop. But
So what I call that, brother, is I call that a healthy, fearful respect of your parents, which is what everyone should have. Like, you know, I could raise my voice. My daughters would go to cry. You know, now that my oldest daughter, she's older now, so instead of me raising my voice, I just start saying yes to everything she wants. She say, "Dad, what's wrong? Why you think something wrong? Because you saying yes to." I said, "Because you're 18 years old. You 1 foot out the door. You don't even know. I don't have to put up with you no more." And
yeah,
we have to just try different methods to get our kids to understand that what we're trying to instill in them is what we believe at that present moment is the best for them. Some kids get it, some kids don't. I was hard headed. I was very hard headed, brother. Stayed in trouble, man. Stayed in and out of places that didn't let us go free. And so, what I get back from my children, I just remind myself of how I was with my mom, you know. And
yeah,
but I am a disciplinarian, and I know why. Because I was hard headed, brother. My mom tell me to stay in the house. I go in the room, crank my music up, turn the radio on, and hop right out the window. I'm gone. You know, so I was one of those, you know what I'm saying? And she think I'm in the room still chilling with music, but it's just a tougher day and era, brother. When someone can tell your child, your children, imagine your daughter coming home and saying to you, "Daddy, you better not ever hit me. I'm gonna call the police and they're gonna lock you up."
yeah.
Man, that's gonna send you through the roof. You're gonna be like, what you just said?
That's gonna make you want to hit them.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what they're teaching our children. Why are they teaching that? Because it is our children are some billionaire, some trillionaire asset, brother. And
Yeah,
they
but I
already
used to tell my daughter with, I'm gonna call the police and you gonna be with some people that don't love you, not gonna feed you and treat you how I treat you. So you know you welcome to go on. You feel me? And I ain't gotta worry about. I'm gonna downgrade the house to a little studio, and me and wifey gonna chill.
right. You know, and it's whatever works.
So they 19 and 14 running around.
Hold on 1 minute, brother. We got another caller coming in.
Hello, caller. Thank you for calling in.
Caller, are
What's
you
going
there?
on? Top of the morning. You got overdose in the building.
I was finna say that sound like overdose. Hold on, brother. We gonna click you on where we got a party line going. It's gonna stay right.
All right.
All right, now we got. Well, no, it's together. I did it. Hello, callers.
Yo.
Okay.
Overdose. Good morning, brother. How you doing?
Good morning, everybody. My boy, CLG, Nasha B. What's the word with y'all?
Man,
Top of the
everything is
AM.
good, brother. Did the other brother hang up or are you still there?
Yeah, no, D-Boy, he hung up. D-Boy Fresh, that's my engineer. I do music with him to work with, man. He's my driver, man. He got to go take care of some business.
Oh, God.
Oh man, so y'all, hey, bro, you know what? OG Overdose, brother. We've been talking about you for 2 days, brother. We love your support, brother. When you call in, I just told we were talking. I said that's real, you know, strong of him to call in the middle of his day while at court doing something, involving his children, brother. But
Right.
you know what, man? I love that you keep it real, and I love your transparency, brother. Just continue to be
I
you.
really thought the public will really enjoy that. The fact that I'm taking care of real business and be able to tap in and really having a real stressful moment and keep my composure and talk to the public like that. So I figured I had a feeling that's one reason to keep my head on strong to call in on that moment.
Oh yeah, man. Like I said, I definitely appreciate that, and knowing that you do music, and this is kind of off topic, man. We're gonna have to get you on up in here, some of your artists and things like that, man, and talk about
Yeah,
what it
man,
takes,
you know,
man.
I heard y'all say how to take a negative and turn it into a positive. That was my example.
Right.
Oh yes, sir.
You gotta
Yes,
take all
sir.
the negatives and turn it into a positive some type of way.
So now back
Yeah.
on topic, brother. How do you discipline your children? You know.
Well, I feel the question is, are your kids bad? You know what I mean? I start there.
That don't
Yeah,
necessarily
Well,
have to
well,
be
well, wait.
bad.
Before
They can just
before
have
you
a
go there, let me say
downfall.
this. I don't believe there's bad children. I just believe there's children that do bad things.
True. So the thing that your child do, are you considering them bad? Now, me, I'm a different kind of father.
Okay.
So, do I want my daughter? Did I want my nieces? Do I want my nephew for academics and in schooling and education? If you're playing around, I will flash and snap. I'm not playing about school or education at
That's
all.
right.
You must learn how to read and write and spell and comprehend. That's a must.
Exactly.
Disrespecting others, adults, not standing in a child's place, having a foul mouth
Right.
with adults, I'm a flash one. Respect adults, respect authority when I'm not in the presence. Now, if you just being a bad kid with other kids, I don't care. You know, like you cussing with other kids. You know, I'm the type of father. My daughter's driving on my lap right now, and my 2-year-old son. Like I'm that father. If I tell my daughter to say, "Hey, tell him fuck you," this is my language. But if I say that, she certain little kid stuff, I'm not tripping on. But stuff that's gonna progress their life and their future. If you don't know how to respect an adult, that means when you get to come across the authorities like the law, they will kill you out here. You know, so I want to make sure my kids know authority and respect themselves. If my daughter's not, you know what I mean, carrying herself a certain way, my nieces and them, their shorts is too small, yes, I'm going to step in. Like, look, you don't figure something like this. Respect yourself as a woman, respect yourself as a human being. You don't need to do all this. So, you know, I feel on the situation at hand. You know, what's the cause of a physical altercation with your kid? But, you know, my kids, at strength, you know, they don't really do too much stuff. I have to whoop. I can threaten them all day long, and they more scared of my threats.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Physically, I don't really have to really touch them physically, but I will, though. But physically, I don't have to really do it.
Right. You don't. But this man over here is
Will I? Yes. Have I? Yes. If I tell them in the grocery store, I tell them in the county building, I tell them wherever. Like, I don't care about these people around here. You can go home with them if you want to.
Right. I'll work that too.
Because I'm gonna flash on you, them, and the police.
Absolutely.
I mean, I still be threatening to take them to the fire station. They say that ass, no question.
I be telling my kids that all the time. I'm gonna throw you away. They be like, Mom. I'm like, what?
That is in the fire station, man. Look, man, y'all, it don't matter what age, 16 years old, y'all say y'all don't ask questions. Here you go.
Right? That part. See how you make it out here now without me, little one.
Yeah, you know, but you do it. But I feel like to keep your kids at a good mellow balance, you have to interact with them. You know, so sign them up for sports. You know, taking them out to see different things, museums, live plays. You know, ice capades. You know, take them to a theme park. You interact with your kids and just slow them down on being negative bad to have fun, because they know what positive fun is. You know, if they're not having positive fun, shit, negative fun is what's going to attract them. That's what I got caught up in the streets for. It was fun writing on walls.
Right.
It was fun. It was fun stealing socks out the swap meet. You know what I mean? It was fun stealing fruit snacks from the market. It was fun stealing Kool-Aid. So it was just certain things that was fun. It was fun going into the neighbor yard, stealing their linens and throwing them over the freeway bridge.
Right.
Like, it was just certain
It
things that
was
was
fun.
fun.
Hey,
You know,
them
playing
cars
cards,
back
taking
in the
radio.
days.
Yeah. See,
What you
but
said?
she was saying it was fun
Egging
stealing them
cars.
Toyotas back in the
No,
day.
I didn't. I
She was
said
a G
egging.
rider.
I said egging cars.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, we were rude, man. You know, but
Hey,
it was fun.
but you know what though? It was fun. It was exciting. Unfortunately, none of us, and we have had our friends that died. So don't get me wrong. But during that time, it was more fun, and the adults were more tolerable to our stupidity or our lack of whatever compared to now. Everybody's quick to kill. Everybody's quick to let's lock him up. I had an FBI agent. We went to a training. This the guy said he's a retired FBI agent. He said we target the people between the age of 16 and 24. Why is that? Because we know we can get 30 to 50 years out of them through incarceration and make trillions off of them. Come on, brother.
And you know what's crazy? And when this Los Angeles lifestyle, I don't know about these other states, but they kind of got the same mentality as I'm seeing on the in a public eye. But
Yes.
For my community, we had that mentality like, well, if I'm gonna catch a case at 15, yeah, I got 10 years to give. I got 15 years to give. I mean, which is a terrible way of thinking, but that's how we felt thinking growing up. Like, I don't care for the hood, man. I got 10 years to give. Take the picture.
Right,
And I get out
right,
at 30. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Now I'm 34. Like, man, I don't got time to go nowhere.
Right.
Not even to church almost.
Right. You missed your whole life.
You know, and that's a bad mentality when you guys are youngsters feeling that way. So if they feel like they want to target the 16 to 24 and the 16-year-old is like, I'm willing to go, man, that's a perfect connection.
Right.
Right, absolutely, absolutely.
But that's self-destruction.
Right.
And there's no one there to say, no, it's another way. It's a different way, you know.
The system is broken for Black people.
Well, you know what? I don't think the system is broken. I just think it's corrupt.
Same difference,
Yeah.
broken, corrupt.
Well, because see,
No,
here's the
no,
thing.
no.
It's a big
So
difference.
If my PlayStation is got a virus, I can fix that. You know what I
Right,
mean? That's what I mean. But if it's broken, I can no longer use it.
Yes, you
Right.
can.
And it's different because they can fix the system. It's just corrupt. So it's just
Right.
no point of trying.
right.
It's not
And
broken, it's just corrupt. It's two different things.
yeah, and when it comes down to, people have to understand, law was not created for the wealthy. It was created for the poor.
Right.
You know, people don't understand that. It was, they're millionaires, trillionaires, billionaires, they're above the law until they go against the people that created the law. People like us,
True.
the law come get us just because, you know, you don't pay your child support, you're going to jail.
Right.
Well, in jail, he ain't gonna get child support anyway. You see what I'm saying?
That part.
But to a trillionaire, a billionaire, you don't pay your child support, man, look, man, talk to him, man. Go give her a few dollars and give her to shut up. You know, they talk like that to each other. And when they file a case,
Yeah.
you know, these people don't, man, you a millionaire, you don't even have to walk into a courtroom, brother. Your lawyer can go there and you ain't got to be there. We better not let our lawyers represent us and we not there. He might turn us over, you know.
Right.
So
Yeah, you did.
the system.
That's right. I had U.S. Marshals come to pick you up.
That part.
You know, and that's why I say it was I believe we have a great system. I believe the people that's operating it is just messed up, and it's geared towards a different person, a different breed of people, meaning the well off.
Right.
You know, do I believe in the system? No, I don't. I've been arrested 2 times. I was incarcerated in the county jail for 8 months. They lost me. Everybody knew where I was, except for the people that were supposed to release me, man.
Except the people that had.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, parole agent knew where I was.
Like, how do you?
You know, and 8 months, 20 days, I'm lost in the system. But they made $1 off me, so I wasn't too far lost.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, he here. We just don't know where. But he.
But you know that's the way the economy is set up.